Thanks for being here. Let's begin. So just a very easy shift into foregrounding our breath, our experience, our felt experience. So a very slight shift in the mechanics of our breathing. Just note as you're initiating your exhalation, include your low belly. So just start to feel and move. The belly moves inward. And just feeling the degree of activity in the low belly. Is it a sudden, brief effort? Is it a smooth, enduring effort? Does it feel kind of jumpy or quaky? I just want to begin to notice and feel the low belly in the precise way that we have connection to the low belly. I'm making some guesses here, and I'm guessing that there'll be several of us who, when we start to invoke the low belly in exhalation, there's a kind of fits and starts, like we get it, but it may not have we may not be able to express a kind of a finesse movement. And sometimes we just have to get any kind of touch or contact with our body before we can have a light touch or an elegant touch. Sometimes we just need any kind of contact before we can have a specific kind of contact. And now one more detail. Feel that you're releasing the low belly throughout the entire inhalation. So like a slow release, relaxing of the low belly. As your inhalation expands, active, participatory, elegant, low belly movement on the exhalation. Let's do this in connection with just a little bit alternate nostril breathing. Select any hand. And as you're relaxing the low belly, inhale. Switch nostrils. Exhale. Active. Engage that entire exhalation. As we inhale through that same nostril, the low belly just slow unfurls. So this is a really wonderful skill to possess in one's body, is that delicate, slow unfurling. That decided and patient activation. There's a certain power in that degree of steadiness. We'll make this the last round. All right. So before we go any further, my sense is today that we'll be relying on a roll or a blanket rolled. So just ensure we have that. It seems like the belly is a good place to go today. So there will be a bit of that. All right. Let's set the left leg out, straightened. And you decide how you want to bend the right knee. Heel in front of groin, heel behind hip. Inhaling, as the low belly relaxes, expand the ribs and the direction of your left leg. And then exhaling, set the left hand down. Draw the right arm up. Little chest opener. Exactly. Yes, Marissa. So all of that which we were doing earlier, we could employ right here. Exactly. Kind of drawing the trunk away from the ground. Okay. Now lower the right hand so it's below the altitude of your shoulder, and push the palm away from your collarbone. away from your jawline. Reach to the palm heel, and then stretch out between the thumb and the littlest finger. So you're spreading the entire heel of the palm as you push the palm away from your jawline. And now feel where that stretch and that sensation is in the right hand. Is it on the thumb side of the hand or the little finger side of the hand? Now you can keep pushing that palm heel away from your jaw as you slowly rotate like you're turning a giant dial with your right hand. You could turn the fingertips in a different direction and receive a whole different experience. And then use the low belly in conjunction with exhalation. There's kind of a steady involvement and a steady presencing in the low belly. Feel the low belly soften as we inhale. So that might be an 8-count softening. And using the pull of that right arm, help yourself up. Now, having straightened or elongated this right arm, plant the right arm beside your right hip. So I'm literally posting it on the ground. And now, as if you're swimming the earth behind you, engage the tricep, the back of the arm. Your elbow will straighten. And if you're getting the tricep, the back of your arm, to contract, and you might need to just kind of touch and figure out if it is contracting, the shoulder blade, you'll feel the shoulder blade being drawn back and the chest lifted. And release. The tricep part might be a bit elusive at this point, but we'll keep trying it because it might be one of those things that just needs 10 or 20 attempts, and then something starts to perk on and starts to make all sorts of shoulder blade sense. So we've got our right leg out. We've switched sides. Inhale, grow the trunk in the direction of right leg. Exhaling, set right hand down, raise left arm up. And you'll have to position your head in a way that feels good. And these days, keeping my head and neck active and aligned with the rest of my spine actually feels good and feels the best. Good, staying with that low belly. So just some observations. They don't have to pertain to you today. But my sense of the low belly and why I think it's such a magnificent set of tools we have in this style is there can be an incredible amount of, these are just some of the things that I've felt, anxiety and sadness. There can be an extraordinary emotional load in or pertaining to the low belly. That does not mean that that's That's our lot in life. But because it seems to be such a reservoir for kind of static agitation and static, unmoving energy, I think it's just really important to have tools to massage, move, connect to that low belly. So letting that breath fill that low belly like a reservoir, like a sponge, and then exhaling is a smooth and decided and present kind of expressing the low belly. You're going to lower the left hand, bring it lower than the altitude of the shoulder. And then press out through the palm heel. I'm still reaching out through the whole hand, but I'm also biasing the palm heel. Good, and as you're getting that reach, that outreach through the left arm and the shoulder, connect to that low belly. Letting the breath spreading into there. Inhalation, exhaling, gathering, drawing in, drawing back, keeping that hand wide open. Once more. Working with the low belly can be exquisite hip health, back health, not to mention all of the organs in the low belly, procreative organs, colon, intestines. Right? Inhale, reach through that left arm, help your way up. And we'll just do a little practice move. I'll turn. With your left hand planted on the ground beside your left hip. Posting. Pull the ground back, the direction of your palm heel. Pull it back and feel if you can elicit a tricep contraction. So some people will feel the tricep on the outside of the arm. Some people will feel the contraction kind of zing or even cramp up in the armpit and the lat. Good. As I'm swimming the ground back, push the chest toward the sky. There you go. And let's breathe into that left side with that tricep engaged, that shoulder blade drawn back, the chest prominent and moving toward the sky. Good, and release. When we lie on our back, we'll get right into abdominal moves. We'll pick the feet off the ground. Inhale, float head and shoulder blades off ground. Feel where the tip of tailbone is or might be. Exhale, reach out through the left leg. Low belly. So these aren't separate linear movements. It's not leg and then exhale and then belly. It's low belly, leg, exhale, low belly, leg, exhale. Exhaling. Draw the low belly down even further. Inhale, bend left knee. Exhale, right leg reaches, exhaling. Draw low belly down. Let's do about 3 more on each side. So continue at your pace. And to me, there's just a little bit of a quality of doing laundry by hand here. There really is just it's rinsing with breath, it's squeezing, it's expressing and rinsing and expressing and rinsing and expressing. A lot of this yoga is really just cellular laundry. Rinsing with breath and fresh, moving energy, and then expressing, moving it, finding out how it moves through, how it comes out, how it gets stored in, and then rinsing it with breath. So part of it is just, how do I get into all of these places? How do I start to feel and express and rinse and contact these areas? Good, and just those few, because there's just a few more. So cross the right knee over the left when you're ready for twining vine. If it makes sense on your knees, you can hook the right foot behind the left calf. Inhale, float the head and the shoulder blades off the ground. And exhaling, shifting the tailbone, pressing leg into leg, pull low belly down. Inhale, just a slight unwind. And then exhale, pressing thigh into thigh, curling the tailbone, and doing all of this as you're drawing the low belly down. We'll just do a couple more of this version, inhaling, and then make a concerted effort to begin the exhale in the low belly. So right where you're squeezing the thighs, draw the belly, draw the belly, draw the belly, and then draw it down, that little extra. We'll do one more. And this may get quite deep into the deep hip capsule part. So if you're minding that hip capsule area, you might want to just, unhook the feet to make it a little milder in the hip capsule. Good. Let's release this side and we'll switch sides. Inhaling, we'll pick the head off the ground. And then as we begin our exhale, we feel low belly, expressing with the inner legs, the thighs, expressing, squeezing, moving energy. Just feeling sensation all throughout the lap, the hip socket, the low belly. We'll do 3 more like so. We're just doing the first part of them. Exhaling, curling the tailbone, pressing thigh to thigh, drawing, expressing the low belly, the muscles, the skin, the fascia, the energetics. The lap, the hip, the groin. This all needs to be considered with the low belly. And especially if we have a sense of there being kind of a residue of anxiety or fear in the body. Like we need to consider the lap, the thigh, the groin, the hip sockets, the low belly, the low back, the genitals. Again, I don't make these rules up. I just try to be a good observer and just kind of share the stats. These are just tendencies, human tendencies. And always what's important is how you are experiencing your body. And we'll move to the roll. So you've got that roll. Let's go between the legs. And we'll reach the legs up. This will be the final set here. Inhaling into the lap, the hip crease, the low back. And can you feel the neck and the head and the throat relaxed as you apply the leg squeeze? Can you apply the leg squeeze without catching in the throat? Curl the tailbone. Exhale, float the head and the shoulder blades off the ground. Squeeze to express the legs, drawing the belly down. In, ringing, ringing. And then inhaling is rinsing. Letting all of that space of the low belly absorb breath. And applying squeeze. Exhale, low belly. Connect to it. Just feel how continuous the connection to low belly can be. Drawing the belly down. Inhale, setting the head down, easing up some of those efforts. Soften in the throat. Apply the squeeze, legs onto roll. Curl tailbone, exhale, float the head and the shoulder blades up. Squeeze, expressing, reach up through the legs. Notice how reach will really start to help that energy get moving. So it's not just squeeze, hold in place, it's squeeze, lengthen. Big difference energetically. Draw the low belly down. Let's do the last two on our own, please. Continue. Last two. Rinsing and expressing. The area where your hands are, that processed information in the body, for it to really reinform our nervous system, that area in the brain around under our hands has to register it. So yes, get all that charge, squeeze up that roll, engage the legs, feel the emotionality, the energy, but also keep that area under the brain fluid. Keeping the neck fluid. And release when you're through. All right. When you turn to a side, we'll press readying for dolphin, so please we'll get onto, we'll set up elbows and knees. the initial pressure I'm placing into the earth. You can do this as if you're opening up your elbow angle. Just try it out. If you're opening up your elbow, you may feel your triceps engage. And as you're feeling your triceps engage, you might feel that in the armpit. On exhale, press the knees off the ground. This can be really helpful, this engaging the triceps, to get into the really deep shoulder blade area, the teres area, the back of the armpit area, the back of the shoulder. Also, it'll help you energetically go all the way to the hands. So again, just observations. It may apply to some of us. I'll often notice just energetically, almost like we stop at the elbow in this pose. Engaging the triceps will automatically help you go all the way to the hand. Yes, yes. So it's as if I'm trying to straighten my arm right through the ground. We'll apply one variation today. Place the right foot on the left heel cord. And as you depress your weight into the left heel, press through the hands, keeping the triceps engaged. Switch sides, right foot down, left toes, anchor, right heel. Because of the connection to the shoulder blade, engaging the triceps might actually help clear the neck, the upper back, the upper spine joint areas, the neck. Sometimes we get that tangled feeling. Use the arms to untangle the neck. Good. We'll set the foot down. We'll set the knees down, exiting. When we stand, take any neutral stance. We'll just do a couple rounds of Uddiyana. So I'm going to choose a little wider than shoulder width foot position with my hands just propped on my thighs. For additional feedback with regard to the pelvic floor, you can prop your sit bones on a wall. That'll give you a little extra touch sense. Inhale, letting the belly absorb this breath. Rinse. And then we'll swiftly exhale everything out. Remain empty, and we draw the belly in. Releasing, of course, whenever you need to. Okay. And we'll just do one more. Just take your time when you feel cycled through. One final round, Uddiyana. All right. So have your roll nearby. We'll be moving through some suns, and then we'll just slip the roll into play here and there. Inhale, draw the arms up. Exhale, fold. Softening through the eyes, around the brain. Inhale, step the left foot back, lunge. We'll set the knee down. And place hands down, exhale, step back, step right foot back. And we'll lower all the way to the ground. Cobra. As you're inhaling, use the lift of the chest and a gentle pull of the hands to feel the abdomen softly lengthening. Exhale, lower, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lunge. And feel the abdomen area stretch, not by way of back bend, but just by way of exposing, lifting. Place the hands down, exhale, right foot forward, fold. Using the low belly muscles, expressing, wringing, extracting. Inhale, stand. As you draw the arms up, learn if you can feel a little bit of a opening or a lengthening through the abdomen. Even as you're inhaling, exhale, hands to heart. So again, let's just use all these poses in the sun. Just what kind of access are we getting into the abdomen? Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. Not distending my abdomen. Hands to ground, exhale, chaturanga. Just kind of lifting, reaching, radiating from the solar plexus. Cobra. Inhale, radiating the heart away from the abdomen, the legs away from the abdomen. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lunge. Hands to ground, exhale, left foot forward, fold. Stay with the low belly, stay with the low belly, expressing, expressing. Inhale, stand, radiating the arms away from the solar plexus, the head away from the solar plexus, the tailbone away from the solar plexus. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale, draw the arms up, radiate your arms, your head, your tail, your legs away from the solar plexus. Exhale, fold. Inhale, the left foot back, lunge. And now with knee up. So, arrow lunge, hands remain on the ground. or arrow lunge, working the hands up. You know, and even if you're right next to a wall or a piece of furniture, you know, getting that little bit of furniture by you so you can be up can be really awesome. So it's okay if the knee or the ankle doesn't, needs your hand support. And set the knee down, the hands down, exhaling, step the right foot back, chaturanga. Inhaling through the abdomen, stretching the heart away from the guts. Exhale, lower, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward for arrow lunge. Top of right foot down. Press down. And then you'll have to work it out with your hands if you're leaving them down. Propping them up on leg or furniture. And gently set that down. Inhale, bring hands down, curl toes under. Exhale, step forward into a fold. Using the low belly muscles, drawing. Inhale, stand. Exhaling, hands to heart. Okay, and again. Inhale, draw the arms up. Feel the head lifting away from the solar plexus. The tail reaching down. Exhale, fold. You can feel the tail lifting up away from the solar plexus in our fold. Yeah? Inhale, step the right foot back, lunge. And we're back up just a smidge, so torso, hips move back slightly. And on exhale, twisting lunge, hook this right elbow over the left thigh. Now I think there's a good number of us who are perfectly comfortable to curl the back toes under and press the knee off the ground. Lunge, twisting lunge with the back knee up. And now you can reach that right leg away from your solar plexus, if that's fun for you. Yeah, and for this one, you could have the heel up, you could put it down, each is fine. There you go. That's it, Molly. Good. Inhale, unwind, set the hands down. Exhaling, step left foot back. Find your roll. As soft as you want it to be. And we'll descend smoothly, non-jarringly. Onto the roll. And just feel how smoothly you can engage with the roll. And just a little bit of a move. So once you feel a good amount of your weight is lowered down, curl the left toes underneath. Reach back through the heel, effectively drawing your left thigh bones straight back away from the roll. and then set the thigh down, set the foot down. And we'll do that for the other side. Curl the right toes under, inhaling. Exhale, reach back through the right heel, the thigh bone gets drawn back. Set the thigh down, set the foot down. And now with your arms, either set up Sphinx or forearms down. And now inhale, use the hands, just position to lift the heart away from the roll. It's okay if you lift your elbows up a little bit. It's okay if you remain posting on the elbows. It's a little Sphinx or a cobra over the roll. And to dismount, flip the hands under the chest, press back to the knees, move the roll, downward dog. Lunge, inhale, step right foot forward. Drawing the arms up. As the belly softens, often the back starts to gain some bits of motion or freedom. So just keep playing with that, feeling for that in these lunges. We're going to slip back into that twisting lunge. Inhale, we'll set the hips back a smidge. Exhale, this left elbow over the right thigh. Option is on your next exhale, pressing the back knee off the ground. So now we're engaging all of that lap as you're using the quadricep, the top of your thigh, to straighten the left knee. You're using the inner leg, the groin area, to just help balance and promote the twist. And turning and ringing through the abdomen and the solar plexus area. And breathing fully and expansively, rinsing, expressing, rinsing, expressing. So inhaling to absorb and to rinse is a bit of it's a imaginal mechanics that has physiological and energetic repercussions. So it's not that I just believe that that is happening, there's a little mechanics component to it. It's a bit of feel as if imaginal, how do I become and express the body that absorbs breath? And then I start to feel the absorption of breath. How do I activate and work the abdomen so that I'm expressing the energy and the breath from the low belly? And then I start to have the experience of expressing and moving the energy through and about the belly. And then inhale, unwind, set the hands down. We'll exhale the left foot forward, coming into a fold, forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, stand, drawing the arms up. Exhaling, hands to heart. This is all moving toward our interlock warrior today. So here we go. Inhale, we'll draw the arms up. Exhale, fold. Okay. Inhale, we'll step both feet back, Set the knees down. The roll one more time. When we smoothly descend, weight onto roll, belly onto roll. Set the hands forward, cobra over roll. You can lift and reach the legs back. You can just shift the tailbone down. Inhale, draw the heart up and forward away from the roll. And then remain here in cobra for just a couple extra breaths. Exhaling. Let the hands support the heart. So again, a little bit of that is inner mechanics. How is it that I experience my hands as supportive of heart? All right, releasing to exit. Inhale, the hands under the chest. Exhaling, press away from that thing. And downward dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward. And here we'll be setting up the interlock warrior. Exhaling, reach your left palm heel away from your jawline. When you can remove the right hand from the ground, reach your right palm heel under your legs away from your jawline. And then we can always connect the hands. Rinsing, expressing. So right here, very often, I'll see the diminishment of the low belly involvement. This is a perfect and exact place to invoke that low belly exhalation. So let's stay just another few breath moments. Inhaling, absorbing, rinsing the left hip, the left side, the solar plexus, the chest. Begin your exhale through the low belly. Start to invoke it, expressing it, drawing it in, wringing it back. And it may take a little bit because it's on stretch. So let's give it just a couple more breath moments. You can really go deeply, deeply with this low belly move. Good. Yes, Marissa. And stretch that left leg straight away. Good. Lifting the heart forward. Release. Inhale. We'll set the hands down. You're getting to that one pose, other side. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward dog. Here we go. Interlock. Inhale, step the left foot forward. So it's a warrior two stance. Reaching the right palm heel away from the right jaw. So that'll already kind of draw the shoulder blade down. If I engage the triceps, I've already started to kind of draw the chest forward, the blade back. And then I reach the left palm heel. So I'm getting my triceps involved so I can already be in that chest opener when I connect my hands. Good, and then go from just holding the breath and holding the pose to now breathing the pose. But the experience of the pose, no matter how crooked or asymmetric or pulling or taut it feels, let it start to kind of breeze through the fabric of our being. How? Breath. That fluid breath, inhaling, breath absorbs and rinses the tissues and the cells. Exhaling, finding the low belly, ringing, rinsing, expressing. And then repeat to renew, right? Inhaling. This whole new breath comes flushing into the cells and the bones and the blood and the tissues. Low belly, exhaling, kind of ringing, gathering, drawing. Let's remain for just, maybe two additional breaths. Would that be fun? Use all the low belly. Don't stop short. There's a lot of low belly to use here. This is where that careful control, that steadiness of exhalation really matters. And release. Inhale, hands to ground. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. And gently set the knees down. Have a seat. And let's take a few moments to rest. I know I brought us right up to the hour, so just note that if you're on a sharper time allotment. And feel each of these breaths as resource and renewal. Again, there's a little bit of a mechanics to it. So it's not just a blanket belief like, oh, these breaths are renewing. It's when I breathe, how do I position my body and my psyche so that in receiving breath, I have the experience that feels like renewal, that feels supportive, that feels resourceful. So the question is, how do we configure our person to have such experiences? How do we grow the receptor sites for the things that we know are good for us? The universe is a benign place in which this body may exist. The bend or the arc of this universe is toward that of greater care, no matter how gradual. And when you're ready, bend knees. Turn to a side. And press up. Namaste. All right.